morning, Nigeria. Yes, if your dreams were on pause, it's time to hit play despite the rainy season. How's it making you feel this morning? I know whenever it rains, it gets gloomy, but that is not enough to put you in a gloomy mood. Wake up, Nigeria! We are right here for you to give you that Thursday booster shot of good vibes, sharp wits, and a sprinkle of inspiration. As always, we've made it our mission to be your unofficial weekend countdown crew. Picture this, guys. Your week's a long distance race. So Monday tripped you, Tuesday tested you, Wednesday winded you down, but hey, Thursday is your second win. So breathe it in, people. Breathe it in. Do not forget, as you wake up from bed, just take a deep breath in and out. Yes. Thursday is not the leftover plate of the week. It's just, it's just counting down to the weekend. My name is Emil Koche. Remember, guys, that you can use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC to send in those comments. We want you to stay connected with us. Watch us live on www.tvcentertainment.tv. Shouts out.
All that you wish for in this year, you go get everything and more. Hey, everything and more.
For our final guest discussion this morning, we have Jide J. Blaze Oyegbili. He's a versatile Nigerian talent, balancing a career as a medical doctor with his passion for acting and filmmaking. He also is the AMVCA winner for short film. We have so much lined up right here on the show for you. Stick around, people. The show continues. Stay with us. It is the 15th day in the month of May 2025, and we bring to you the news updates. My name is Emil Kwache. We are staying with developments. We are staying with developments in the nation's capital, where Registrar of the Joint Admission and Matriculation Board, Professor Ishak Oloyede, has admitted that a significant technical error affected the outcome of the 2025 Unified Tertiary and Matriculation Examination. Professor Oloyede fought back tears as he apologized to those affected. 379,997 candidates in Lagos and the Southeast states will now have to rewrite the examination. Miriam Mohammed reports.
This press briefing is to address concerns surrounding 2025 UTME results. JAMB Registrar shed more light on what happened, and he issued an emotional apology.
As Registrar of JAMB, I hold myself personally responsible including for the negligence of the service provider, and I unreservedly apologize for it.
Despite extensive system upgrades, trial runs, and simulations ahead of the exam, a technical fault still occurred.
In terms of states, 5 states of the Southeast were affected, but in terms of number, over 200, all of them coming from Lagos State, were affected, but 173,387 from the Southeast states. In clear terms, in the process of rectifying the issue, the technical personnel deployed by our service provider for LAG, Lagos and Southeast zones, inadvertently failed to update some of the delivery servers. Regrettably, this oversight went undetected prior to the release of the results.
The glitch has been described as one of the most disruptive in JAMB's recent history, impacting thousands of candidates, especially those in Lagos and Southeast Owerri zone. Professor Oloyede didn't shy away from taking responsibility.
We apologize and assure you that this incident represents a significant setback for the board's reputation. We remain committed to emerging stronger in our core values of transparency, fairness, and equity. It is our culture to admit error because we know that in spite of the best of our efforts, we are human. We are not perfect. But it was not a case of glitches nor sabotage. There were technical errors. We discovered, we created what the patch, but one of our 2 service providers did not do well.
To resolve this issue, JAMB is offering all affected candidates the chance to resit the exam at no extra cost. Exam slots have already been secured in partnership with WAEC. The just concluded press briefing comes with an appeal of understanding as JAMB reiterates its commitment for improving future examinations. Maria Mohammed, TVC News, Abuja.
And that's it on the news for now. Wake Up Nigeria continues in a bit. Stay with us.
You're on the right track.
Level 2, electrified fence.
I'm Nifemi Oguntoye, news anchor with TV.
TVC Communications, Nigeria's leading independent broadcast company, has been officially designated as a great place to work. Over the past few years, we have transformed our workplace into one which is respectful, caring, rewarding, and provides great benefits to all our 500 employees. We thank our team for giving us the chance to show that partnership between employer and employee really works. TVC Communications, officially designated as a great place to work, and now the only broadcasting and media company not just in Nigeria but throughout continental Africa to be fully certified. TVC Communications, a great Nigerian company, a great Nigerian place to work.
And we are back. Thanks for staying with us. You know, every day on the show, we bring to you musical performances from around the world. Today, we have Kudus David. He's professionally known as Afolabi. He's a Nigerian Afrofusion rapper, studio engineer, and lyrical genius. How are you doing this morning?
Doing great.
Great, Afolabi. I'm actually loving your tattoos. And I see one particular one, Mojisola. Who is Mojisola?
That's my mom.
That's your mom. Oh, so cute. I've always wanted to get tattoos, but I'm afraid of the pain. My threshold for pain is very little. But talk to us this morning about your performance, More Life.
Yeah, so
what inspired it?
Yeah, More Life is just a song of hope, a song of faith. Because I was going through a lot then, and I was like in deep browns. So I just had to just come up with a song to just get myself going.
So talk to us about, what inspires your lyrics. I mean, you are a writer, basically, and you're a studio engineer. So that is three things in one that you need to be a successful music artist. That's your producer, because I'm your studio engineer. So there are elements of that you could incorporate into production of your songs. You're a lyrical genius, you write songs as well. So amongst all of this, how are you able to juggle all of this, in producing your music?
I think everything has been like a stage for me. Okay. But the major thing is about me just enjoying the process, because I love what I do. All right. So rap to me, as I always say, rap is beyond rhythm and poetry. Rap is reality and passion to me. Okay. So every of my reality and everything I have passion for, I put into my music.
Into your music.
Yeah, so talking about being a studio engineer, I used to have a producer then, and music is about vibe and mood. Right. So there's some vibe and mood that you can never get again, just as inspiration comes. Right. So I always like to make the best use of my vibe and my mood. So I just had to put my eye down and learn the process. So I record myself. Most of my songs I record myself.
Just record yourself. I mean, because we already have. If you're a studio engineer, we have a studio to work with. I think it's it makes it easier. I can't wait to hear your performance. Are you ready for us?
I'm with you.
Take it away.
Chile.
Money no dey buy happiness. Sakwa dey find laziness. Make money, mind your own business. You can never have it all, so worryless. We never had the best of things, but we made the best of things. Out of nothing, it done something. It's on God, it's on no person. Rain they fall, sun they shine. Me, I dey live my life all the time. Waiting to be my own, not to pass me by. A small thing where they make me smile. My face show, my shoes shine. I like woman, I no feel like. You see money, it go fit me die. There's only one life, money no fit buy. Money no fit buy. One life, money no fit buy. You go fit me die. You see money, it go fit me die. To be a man is not a day's job. No be smart thing to enter Forbes. The people with the deals, they know they make noise. Money talk, you don't go hear voice. Homo yani ya shows, but me dada. Igbogo ni moto wa want to come me dada. Osho free di koni for nada. Oh, I let to pass my for me dada. Baby girl, what's your name? You the carry body and the thing they bust my brain. You the fine man, we go pop champagne, chop chicken and chips, you go chop plantain. Island straight, like battery MB. I'm go shaka, your pocket is feeling heavy. Heavy leg, don't you borrow? Don't you be leg, but don't you borrow? Now send this to your dad. Them say, woman don't give happiness. Now I man try highness. Make money, mind your own business. You can never have it all, so worry less. We never had the best of things, but we made the best of things. Out of nothing, it turns something. It's on God, I will not stress. When they fall, sun they shine. Me, I they live my life all the time. Waiting to be my own, not to pass me by. A small thing where they make me smile. My face show, my shoe shine. I like woman, I no feel like. You see money, it go fit me die. There's only one life, money no feel bad. Money no feel bad. One life, money no feel bad. It go fit me die. You see money, it go fit me die. Body they make woman fine, yeah. Now money they make man fine. Oh, le ra cool, she back on her life. Oh, le she back on her wife. You know they cause craziness, but make it up lose confidence. Out of nothing, we done something. It's on God, let you no stressing. No stressing. God bless you. More flexing, no vexing.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
Entertainment to me is the feeling I get when I hear a very good beat in the studio. Sometimes entertainment is
Yes, guys, you are welcome. It's the kitchen. Yes, and ooh. Please, anyone that can help me invest in earring hooks, I would really appreciate it, because most of the time I'm always having to deal with my hooks getting missing, my earring hooks getting missing right here on the show. But I'm just going to toss this aside for now. Yes, we have Chef Mide with us. It's good to have you with us.
Chef Mide.
The famous Chef Mide.
Yeah,
I love how you hype yourself.
If I don't hype
like
myself,
if you go hype you.
You know?
I believe you, Jerry. Welcome to the show today, and it's always a pleasure having you.
Yeah,
also
you.
because you are making one of my favorite meals in the world. Yes, guys, I love Alfredo pasta, and that's what Chef Mide is making this morning. Right.
We're
okay, so let's talk about.
Italy.
Oh yes, we are. She's taking us to Italy. let's talk about the ingredients for this morning's recipe.
So the traditional Alfredo is made with fettuccine pasta.
Fettuccine pasta.
Yeah. So, but, you know, I always twist my recipe. So I'm going to be using penne pasta.
Penne.
Then penne.
Okay.
Then with a twitch of styling it in the American way.
Ooh. Okay. Yeah. Talk to us. What's the American flavor we're adding to this?
I'm going to be removing Parmesan cheese completely.
Okay.
Then how I'm going to be using cream.
Okay.
Then add my corn flour to make it slurry, so that I can give my sauce the thickness.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. Because I know that the regular Alfredo pasta, we use the creamy cream.
Yeah, the heavy cream.
Heavy cream. Yes, that's the
Parmesan
cream,
cheese,
right?
yes.
And then we use Parmesan cheese. You know, funny enough, I actually recently ordered for pesto pasta.
Oh.
With the ones with the greens in it. But it wasn't as creamy as I would have loved it to be.
But that is
and
why
spicy as well.
You know, presently now cheese is out of the board, and I even actually tried to get cheese, but I didn't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I said, okay, let me make do with the cream.
The cream and the flour.
Yeah, the corn flour. So that.
Now, talking about the cream, are we using condensed milk? As you know, because I mean, you know, whatever base we're using has to be really thick.
Yes.
I think that's where the flour comes in.
Yes, that's why I'm using corn flour.
Okay. Let's talk about the other ingredients we are making use of.
My chicken, of course, that's a protein.
Okay.
Then I have my black corn to give it the extra spice there.
Okay.
Then you know, continental, we don't do seasoning. So I'm using my salt, then my butter, of course.
Okay.
Then because of my chicken, I will be using
your
chicken
special
spices.
chicken spice.
Yeah, to marinate my chicken before sauteing it.
Okay.
Then I'll use my parsley to garnish it.
Then
of course my
garlic.
My minced garlic,
yes,
that's what
so
I'm doing.
garlic is a must-have for every Alfredo pasta because it gives it that flavor.
Yeah, the traditional flavor.
Yes, the traditional flavor. Fantastic. And I love a lot of garlic in my pasta. Yes, so that whenever
you want me to add more?
Yeah, I mean I don't mind. Every time I go to a restaurant, I'm always asking for more garlic, more spice, and
aside the fact that garlic is medicinal, it brings out the best in your meal.
Of course, of course. Other than the flavor, garlics are very healthy. They have so many nutritional benefits. Most importantly, high in antioxidants that help to boost your immune system. Right, especially now that we are, you know, the rains are coming in. You need, you know,
natural
alternative natural medicine, herbs. I think it's better to go for more natural herbs in the season, you know, to boost your immune system, to help to fight against, you know, those bacteria and infections, you know, that we could be plagued with, you know, in this times. But so I see that our water is cooking.
Yes.
And
so I'm going to be boiling my pasta.
Okay.
To al dente, to the tooth. Then I'm going to make my sauce.
Okay.
I will start with by melting my butter.
Okay.
Then I'll saute. I'm just going to do it straight, but you can saute your chicken separately before making your sauce. But I'm going to be doing straight cooking. Then add my garlic, of course. Then add my already marinated chicken. Then make my sauce. Add my cream.
Okay.
Then my corn flour. Then by the time my sauce is thick enough, then
you pour in your pasta.
Put in my
very easy recipe. It takes just a little bit of technicality here and there, but the minute you get it, your recipe is ready. Breakfast is ready. We'll have to go on a quick break now. Chef Mide is still here and hard at work, ensuring that our Alfredo pasta comes together very nicely and tasty and flavorful as well. The show continues in a bit. Stay with us, people.
Olishlasla Mandela was born into the Madiba clan on 18th July 1918. He got involved in politics in 1942 as he helped to form ANC Youth League. He was married to Evelyn Mays and they had 4 children. Mandela was arrested in a countrywide police swoop on 5th December 1956, which led to the 1956 treason trial. Before the end of the treason trial, he wrote to Prime Minister for vote to include a national convention on a non-racial constitution, and failure to adhere would resort to a national strike. In August, he was arrested and charged for leaving the country without a permit and inciting workers to strike. He was convicted and sentenced to 5 years imprisonment. On 9th of October 1963, he was on trial with 10 others for sabotage in what became known as the Revolver trial. On the 11th of June 1964, Mandela and 7 other accused were convicted and sentenced to life imprisonment. He was later released from its gates on Sunday, 11th of February 1990, 9 days after the unbanning of the ANC and the PAC. Nelson Mandela never wavered in his devotion to democracy, equality, and learning as he immersed himself in official talks to end white minority rule. In 1991, he was elected ANC president to replace his ailing friend, Oliver Tambo. In 1993, he and President F.W. de Klerk jointly won the Nobel Peace Prize, and on 27 April 1994, he voted for the first time in his life. On 10th May, he was inaugurated as South Africa's first democratically elected president. He, however, stepped down in 1999 after 1 term as president. Despite terrible provocation, he never answered racism with racism. His life is an inspiration to all who were oppressed and deprived, and to all who were opposed to oppression and deprivation. He died at his home in Johannesburg on 5th December 2013.
Thanks for staying with us. It is What's Up and About, and it's so nice of you to finally join us, Mary.
So, you know, I take my time, pretty time, but really I apologize. I should have been here earlier.
I love your red lipstick, actually.
Thank you. The rain also contributed.
Yes, I saw it and I was wishing, I wish I had a red lipstick on, because I think you'd go absolutely what I'm wearing.
It's okay. You look gorgeous. See your hair. Your
Thanks,
hair, gosh.
Thank you, my love.
This is what they call a mane. Mine. So nice.
Oh, yeah, it's okay. So don't do. Thank you.
Small compliments. Accept it gracefully.
No, but I actually do. You know that I always accept my compliments. I'm not one of those people that say, oh, you're looking good too. Hello, darling.
For sale. How far now? What's
I
happening?
do. So,
man, a lot is happening. I don't even know where to
begin.
A part of me still wants to touch on this Didi's case that we talked about yesterday, but we'll leave it for yesterday. Didi. The updates.
Okay. But then, there are still updates from the trial.
It's ongoing, so there will be plenty to unravel.
Right.
Yeah.
But then again, well, the one that is quite bothersome on a lot of, on a lot of our minds as parents also is the UTME controversy.
Yeah, that one.
I mean, it has given a lot of parents sleepless nights, especially because, there's anticipation for the results being out. Okay, my child would be, admitted into the university at least towards the end of the year, by September, and so then we get a report as at over 300,000 candidates were there were technical issues, glitches according to the JAMB registrar. Mr. Ishak Oloyede, Professor Ishak Oloyede, and there was a press conference 2 days ago. Yes, in the regard where he, addressed the issues, and then he apologized, and then he said that there would be a retake of the exams on the 16th of May,
which is tomorrow.
So at least we are grateful. And that at least is being resolved. Exactly, they're taking responsibility, and this is being resolved. But then there was a certain issue that sort of caused an uproar last night, and that was the Twitter handle of the Jam in its comments, or whether in its statements, it said, "Man proposes, God disposes."
Meaning?
And then, talked about how, the affected candidates and how, there's going to be a retake of the examination. And it caused a lot of stir on social media because people are like, man proposes, God disposes. What is God's role in candidates being denied or being affected in, with their scores? And, what does God have to do with, technical glitches that occurred?
So, as it is, when it comes to technical stuff, usually no one really has much control
over it.
You can only try your best to ensure you contain the situation, but no one really has a lot of control on technical glitches. Sure. Now that that's established, this country, one thing we cannot deny is that many people are very religious. So the handler probably felt that was a good way to start. Maybe the handler was also looking for controversy, we don't know, but the handler probably decided that's the best way to start. And let's not forget, many of our government officials, when they are reading speeches or making pronouncements, they tend to use this "man proposes, God disposes." But in text, it always comes out in a different way.
It comes out.
So if it was being said like a speech, one would probably excuse it. But it being written in text was probably why there was that uproar. Now, another thing about JAMB that is also bothering a lot of people is this. Now, the government already said that, oh, if you're not 18, you cannot get into university and all that. We've always known there are special candidates that get in a lot earlier. Now, in this case, I was speaking to a parent who told me that, his child is 15 years old. And so that child wanted to, to get the, to write the exam. There were certain demands that were made. The dad was made to sign something, some document. She was made to write a special test and all of which went smoothly, and she was allowed to write JAMB. Payment was made, of course, because JAMB isn't free. And then after JAMB had been written, the results were withheld. Why? Because she's 15 years old. Perhaps that is something else we would like an explanation from JAMB for, because if you've created certain modalities for special students. Now note, by special we're referring to geniuses. Now you created special modules for them, yes, and they were able to carry it out successfully. Exactly why are they being disenfranchised?
So I think that also, like you mentioned, I'm hoping that it would be addressed.
I hope so.
But then again, I would also like to think that as Nigerians, we don't read. We're always in a hurry to they go flounder now. They go, we're always lackadaisical about approaching some of these things, right? And it also so it goes on to affect even signing of documents, because I would like to believe that there were certain guidelines. But until it is being addressed, there's so much we can say about it in this regard. But then again, would like to hear Chef Mide's thoughts on this.
On the JAMB, right?
Sorry?
I said on the JAMB.
Yes.
One of my trainees got 180, and I know she could do better than that.
Right.
Wow.
So
is she one of those rewriting? Is her center affected?
No, I have not confirmed from her.
Okay.
But the thing is, just like the chairman took responsibility.
Right.
We can't blame him, but it should have been vetted before. Something that is a nationwide something.
Right.
So it's really appalling, and it has always been like that. It's just because somebody decided to take it up and bring it to the social media. If not, this is how a lot of students would have.
It's been happening like that every year.
It's been
that people
happening
bring
now.
it on social media, but nothing is done.
Yeah.
Nothing.
So this is the first time that it's being properly addressed.
Yes,
with
because
an apology.
a lot of people are now
affected.
Yes, a lot of people are affected and they're now speaking up.
Right.
If not, a lot of people would just have to rewrite again.
Because it's actually affected a lot of some centers in Lagos State and over 5 other centers in, 5 other southern eastern states as well. So, I mean, it's definitely cost for, you know, an uproar.
Yes, you know, there are some cases where people will write jam for 7 times, 5 times, and jam is still jamming them.
In fact,
how many times did you write jam though?
I wrote jam twice, and there was a reason.
Why?
So the first time I wrote jam, and I gained admission, I was told I couldn't go to school. My grandpa said I was too young
to go to the university at that age.
University. So I wrote it again, and he said I'm too young, and I said, Grandpa, I love you, but I'm going to school.
But then again,
it was a tussle. By the time you know, I forced my way that I must go at that time. Right. Unfortunately, I lost the admission I got, so I had to settle for something else, and that was it.
Yeah. Because we've also seen cases where, you know, just so that, well, if in some cases some parents would say to avoid embarrassment in the case where a child doesn't meet up with the cutoff mark of the particular university that they have applied at, you know, that they would like to go to, they resort to sending them to private universities, you know. And then at the end of the day, so for some of these parents who cannot keep up with the school fees, then they have to struggle through it. Yeah. Or you see some of these children having to drop out. And I'm saying this why, because if, for example, I remember back then in school, I had some of my friends who had to drop out because their parents, you know, couldn't meet up with, you know, the fees anymore. Especially when you want your child to study courses like medicine or law or engineering. Those courses can be very demanding, or pharmacists, you know, or med lab science. You know, those school fees we'll call them special school fees because they're quite expensive, you know, and then you have these students dropping off, and then some of them still now have to go back
and start all
over again, having to write jam and waiting, and then, you know, having to now go back to, you know, whether it's the federal or state university.
You are never too old. Even if you've written jam like 10 times, if your plan is to actually get a degree, then go ahead. And apart from that, even if your plan is not to get a degree, you just want to keep, you know, trying. Let's also keep in mind that while you're trying, you can also engage in other things, learn it, you know, learn a skill, keep yourself busy. At some point, you even start making enough money to be able to pay your tuition. So
I agree.
It will not be a case of, your mates have graduated, you are still coming to me for school fees, which happens to some people.
And thankfully, the digital space has provided a lot of opportunities for young people to, you know, to thrive, regardless whether it doesn't. I'm not saying you should not go to school. Go to school is very important. It's important. You have to go to school, regardless. But it doesn't take away from, you know, learning a skill just so that you can earn something while you are, you know, during that waiting period at home. And then there's another conversation I wanted us to have, but then we have to go. And that has, because, I mean, you applied for JAM at a very younger age, and then you could have been in school, but because of certain, I see a lot of young people now, you know, being admitted into university.
At 17, 18, from private
and I would really like to know how they scale through the university.
It's like scaling through anything, really.
Yeah, I understand, but then I would also like to believe that also builds your resilience emotionally and mentally.
Well, to a large extent. To a large extent, there are so many factors. There's so many factors, but hey,
we have to go.
We have to go right now. We're taking a break. You're watching Wake Up Nigeria. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Oh, wow. My typical day is filled with meetings, consultations, and of course, traffic. And that's all part of the hustle and bustle of city life. But the real fun starts when I can just settle down and catch up with all my favorite programs on TVC. Believe me, it's pure entertainment.
If he opens a fat account for you, would you let him cheat?
Money aside all things.
Cheating get level.
It depends on the quality of the account. I will collect login for the bank account first. If it is fat enough, I'll drive out to the guy's place. Just make the money in my hand, everything we do inside the account, make it in my hand. That's not cheating again, that's doing an act of God, service.
No, now.
That doesn't cut it. Money is not the reason to cheat.
So, because if I open a fat account for her, you should excuse my cheating.
Why would I excuse cheating? Because you think you have money, you think you can do whatever you want. Like, money is not everything.
You know what you got to play for your head? How you want to ring the ringtone? Oh, when you don't play, I beg. Go to the next one.
Okay, what's the perfect assurance a man can give to you? Because you're being very specific on your career alone.
Yeah.
So do I need to only focus on your career? That's your own love language. That no other stuff, no this one. Because you focus on career alone.
Career is just part of it.
Money
yes,
first.
Like we need
so imagine relationship where you need to express. See where you need to
true relationship right now. True relationship does not need money from the very beginning. You need money when you get married because of your kids, to take care of your kids.
You need. Do you know that you need money to express? Do you know that you need money to express yourself in some certain places, like some certain.
Yeah, to show that you love her. Do you know that most guys feel like a girl is coming for his money when they want to like date?
You know, as you marry the guy, in the end, what is important?
Money.
It's Battle of the Sexes, guys.
Entertainment to me is music. I love dancing. So I you know, cha-cha, salsa, hip-hop, contemporary African dance, and I love listening to music. So that's entertainment to me. And I love watching movies as well. So music, dance, and dance.
On book chat today on Wake Up Nigeria is Ezinne Kofre Kanem, a prolific author who has written Up You and many other books, of course. This is it. Up You. It's so good to have you in the studio.
Thank you, Mary. It's actually very nice to be here.
Awesome.
Good morning, Nigeria.
This is quite an interesting read. And the first thing that struck me when I opened the book was the content. Mm-hmm. I kept seeing up, 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 up.
That's the only way to go.
And I'm like, how was she able to keep up with all these ups? So you won't get it until I actually break it down for you. So it's stand up, sign up, soak up, shake up, show up, speak up, stack up, sit up, stock up, shoot up, scale up, and serve up. At some point, I was looking for snack up because
I know, right?
Yeah,
I'm sure we can find somewhere to fit it in.
Yeah, we should. Maybe after serve up, yeah, snack up. All right, so let's talk about all these ups. Mm-hmm. But before we talk about the ups, what informed your decision to write this book?
Okay, basically that's the philosophy that I used to live my life. I was invited to speak at a women conference. Okay. And this was basically what I shared about them. Mm. Life is all about going upwards, forwards, you know, and I shared it and it resonated with the audience. Okay. And I decided, you know what, let's put it in a book form so that many people can get to see it and read it. Every day we wake up, we run. Thank God this is Wake Up Nigeria. So every day we wake up, we run.
That wasn't there though. Okay,
wake up.
Wake up.
Up wake, maybe. Up. So every day we wake up, we run, right? And so we're running for something. We're either running forward, we're running upwards. So why don't we just break it down into very simple ABC kind of principles that somebody can just take and remember. These things are quite memorable. You remember stand up. Yeah. You remember show up. So if you're feeling in dumps, show up. It doesn't matter how you feel, just show up for that cause. Show up for your life, show up for your dream. Stand up, stop staying on the floor. I mean, life has beaten you. Yeah, but stand up. So, you know, when you think of those things, they stick in your brain and it helps you to just go on with life.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Because the way you've said it, I can just imagine someone watching and some of the things you just said as stuck. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to take it one by one, starting from stand up.
Okay.
So your quick take on each one. So stand up.
Stand up. Look, you've been there for a long time. You know, I mean, when a child is born, all we pray is, okay, so the child begins to crawl. After you crawl, we want you to stand up and begin to walk. So you've been there at that point in your life for a long time. It's time for you to make that decision, because seriously, Mary, it's a decision. You make that decision, I'm going to stand up. You just stand up. Don't do anything else. Just stand up. The fact that you have decided to stand up, you find that the universe will move for you. And then you figure out what to do next. So stand up. If you're listening to me this morning, just get up.
All right. So when you stand up, you sign up.
So when you stand up, remember I said it was a decision. So when you stand up, then you now sign on the dotted lines of life. I am here and I'm going to make a mark. I am not just going to be a statistic. She was born, she died, and then there's nothing in between. You know, because that's what happens to some people. You came, you died. Nothing in between. So you sign on life. I am here, and you recognize that I'm here.
Wow. Okay. So soak up.
Soak up. So you begin to soak up everything, you know, and then so you just take it in like a sponge, yeah? And you begin to just build on your mind, build on everything, because the resources you need at the end of the day are all inside of you.
Absolutely.
So when you now begin to soak up these things with a broader mind, a positive mind, you find that everything you think is against you may not have been against you. Then you can actually rearrange them. And then you can run with the things that you have. And once you're soaked up, you never go back to where you were coming from.
You never go back to where you were sitting.
Never.
Now that you stood up,
never.
Signed up, and
you're soaked up. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Because you're full. So you're going to go somewhere to dispel.
All right. It is the dispelling part of shaking up. Okay. So what's shake up about?
So shake up is when, you know, because now you're soaked up. For everything that you've soaked up to be inside of you, some things have to go. Some relationships have to go. Some associations have to go. Some places you used to go to, you just have to let go. You know, so you shed some habits, then they learn, relearn, unlearn process. That's what happens at that stage.
All right. So that's where you shake it up. Now show up.
Come on now, you're ready. By the time you do all this, you're ready. So you come to Wake Up Nigeria and you say, hello Nigeria, this is me.
Because you're ready to show up.
Because you're ready, so you show up. But then again, on that show up point, that's when we say to you, you show up in season and out of season.
What's that about?
Whether you like it or not, whether it's convenient or not, but because you now understand who you are and where you want to go to, you're not going to let circumstances affect you. You show up regardless. Wow. Maybe you woke up today and there was no light in your house. You could have said, oh, there's no light, I'm not coming to work. But you didn't. I said, if you woke up today and there was no light.
That's what I said, you said.
Exactly. So that's a distraction. So you leave it there and then you show up regardless.
Show up regardless. I really like that one. Speak up.
Like
reminds me of that program as children.
You know?
Speak up. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. So
exactly.
what's speak up about?
Speak up means
that was actually speak out. But
that one was speak out, but it's the same thing, kind of. So speak up means have your say. You've got a voice. You know, sometimes people say, I don't know what to say. You know what to say. Just say it. What can go wrong? They will say, oh, you didn't make sense. But you made sense to yourself. Because remember, it's an audience of one first before you begin to gather a tribe or a community. So speak out, speak up, make sense to yourself, and then you go sell whatever it is you're speaking about to a broader audience. And then you see, when you don't speak up, nobody hears you, nobody knows what you're about, and so nobody is coming to patronize whatever it is you're doing or selling.
Because you have to actually advertise, and that's when you speak up, because you're showing what you're about. Wow. Okay, let's talk about stack up.
So that's when that's actually what up is all about at the end of the day, because that's when you stack up the accolades, That's when you stack up everything. See, validation has to come from within you. See, so when you begin to validate yourself by stacking up the things you've done, you know, so you make a wall of accolades for yourself. Oh, so Ezine, I achieved this. So Ezine, I did this. So Mary, this, that. On the days you don't feel like it, because there are days you wake up and you're not feeling sunny side up, you look at your stacked up accolades and you say, girl, I got this.
Yeah.
And then you move on and then you stack up some more.
I love this. Okay, so sit up.
come on. So you see, the thing that happens is that when we get to that stack-up point, we begin to believe our press. So they're hailing you because you're stacking up, and they're hailing you and you're beginning to believe it. And so what happens is you become complacent. So what happens is when you now have hit that peak and everybody's talking about you, that's the time to actually sit up. Because to whom more is given,
more is expected.
Thank you.
Yeah. You just reminded me of how the reward for
hard work, is bigger work. Yeah.
Okay, so sit up. You need to keep the momentum
constantly,
up more like.
Constantly, yeah.
All right, so stock up.
So when you sit up, then you now see where the deficits are, because there will always be deficits. And then you go and stock up again. So it's either you go back to school, you go for mentoring, you go for, coaching, but you just do what? You restock. When, like a business person like I am, so when your stock level is going down, you go top up.
Yes, you buy more. Okay,
so you stock up.
Shoot up.
Of course, by the time you stock up, it's like a seedling. You start all over again, and then you just...
So you go through those processes again, or scale up.
And then you scale it, because now there is a system. Okay, so you run it through a system. And so you know that, of course, success is you doing something over and over again and getting incremental results. So you've tried the whole processes, the whole principles, from standing up to this point, so you run it again. This time on autopilot and see whether it really works.
Same as serve up.
Serve up is when you now finally have done everything. You begin to give back.
Wow, what a way to end it.
You begin to give back.
And that's what up you is. Yeah, so what about wake up?
If you don't wake up, you can't do any of this.
So get out of bed already as we wrap up this segment this morning.
Oh my God.
Thank you so much. This is such an interesting book. For you to get details, just check out Up You by Ezinne Kofre Ekanem, and it's a very interesting read. It's like a life guide, really. Thank you so much for your time, Ezinne. Thank you so
Mary.
much.
Thank you.
It was nice going through the process.
Yes, and you just made that really nice. I like the way you handled it. Thank you very much. It was nice being here.
At this point, we've got to take a break. We've reached the top of the hour. To stay with us, we'll be right back.
Our major currency unit is the Naira, while the minor unit is the Kobo. They are both in notes and coins. The Naira is more than just a medium of exchange. It bears the images of our heroes. So, stop abusing the Naira. It is a criminal offense to spray the Naira at events. Stop stepping on the Naira. It's not your enemy. Do not squeeze, ruffle, or write on the Naira. Handling the Naira with dirty or oily hands can deface the Naira. Love the Naira as you love yourself. Be a real Nigerian.
This message was brought to you by the National Orientation Agency, NOA.
Do you think you can outplay me in this game of wits and knowledge? Can you go 7 rounds without flinching? I meant answering 7 questions correctly. How well can you hold your liquor? If you're curious, then join us for the most exciting conversation and games with your favorite celebrities on 7 of 7.
Welcome to Pure Entertainment. What would you like to order from our menu today? We have the regular.
So let me go and look for my jam results.
My 280 was 320. I suppose don't be one medical.
At this point, I contest my jam results.
I want to close the show.
I can go. I can.
Yeah, that's all we can take. Ejeki, close the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, number 1, Unavailable by Davido featuring Musa Keys.
We also have today's chef special.
Yo, shine, 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 shiny, yeah. Say recap done, and it's time for number 1 on the countdown. One of Nigeria's hottest artists right now, his name is Rema, and this one is called Charm. Kick it.
For dessert and a bit of nightcap, we have the nighttime and online specials.
I want to start the gym, yeah? But do you know one thing that's actually keeping me back? You should start the gym to get fat. Cricket.
She says she does show dancing to empower women.
What's the difference? There's a difference.
That's what I'm saying.
So pole dancer, you're already almost naked. You're already almost naked.
No, the empowerment for me.
Sex can make your relationship better.
No. Sex can never be overrated.
It is needed.
Especially when it's good sex too. Almost every guy has been with somebody's girlfriend.
But they are for all of us now.
That's why you're still single.
I would not agree or disagree with that because I don't want to get into trouble. I have a home to go to.
Your next question.
Oh, you ready to fail?
Who is the person that used to sus? What is his name?
That woman.
Bam! Bam! Yeah,
Today we'll go here.
Hey.
Let's catch up now.
Just like that, the first hour is gone. But don't blink because the second hour is serving even more flavor, more spice, more great energy. Are you ready, people? The first hour was just a warm-up. Oh yeah, now let's go. Now it's time to go full throttle. Guys, it's the second hour of the Wake Up Nigeria show and you are welcome. It only gets juicier, brighter, and a whole lot spicier. I promise you, whether you're hustling from home, whether you're stuck in traffic because of the rain, I can imagine the kind of traffic out there right now, or you're just holding it down at the office or at home, this next hour is your perfect companion, people. We've got inspiring guests, eye-popping artistry, tech that will wow you, and yes, my favorite part of the show, the food in the kitchen. Chef Mide came to the show today with me in mind, and I am so grateful for you, Chef Mide.
She came with me in mind. Everybody knows just how much I love pasta. She came with me in mind.
Mary,
yes.
calm down, be calming down.
She said I should try the chicken.
Down.
Yeah. Mike, you were there when she gave me spoon just now, and I should try the chicken. Just continue this show. It's like Mike and I are about to have a battle.
You guys should take it easy in that
Chef
kitchen.
Chef Mide is my sous chef. She was
Chef
standing in
Mide is
for me.
everybody's chef.
Your
today.
what? She was standing in for me.
Executive chef.
Because I was held up due to circumstances beyond my control. So, Chef Mide, thank you.
You're welcome.
You can go now.
Nice.
It's nice. I trained her now.
Yes. You'll be boss now. You'll be boss.
We'll be coming back to the kitchen later on in the second half, to know how far we've gone with our Alfredo pasta. But let's dive into right into what we have on the show in the second half. But first, I would like you to use the hashtag Wake Up Nigeria on TVC to send in those comments. Remember, guys, we are live on GOTV channel 16 and UHF 49. You can also catch us on our website at www.tvcentertainment.tv. We are also across all social media platforms. Use the hashtag Wake Up Nigeria on TVC. Yes, on tech, we still are discussing the role of AI in financial markets. We have Tosan Akakpo on that one. This year is your year. We wish you all the best. Yes. Celebrating you and your loved ones on birthday shout out as well.
Everything and more. All that you prayed for this year, you would have. All
what you wish for this year, you go get everything and more.
Final guest discussion this morning. We have Jide J. Blaze Oyegbili. He's a versatile Nigerian talent, balancing a career as a medical doctor with his passion for acting and filmmaking. His short film Burakachi also award the AMVCA Awards for short film of the year in the short film category. So yeah, we are going to know what did he do to make him sing to that award. Oh, we have quite an interesting lineup left in the second half of the show. We don't want you to go anywhere. Just sit right there. Yes, you. Don't touch that remote control. If you're touching it, it's only to increase the volume, so don't touch it, okay? The show continues, people. We'll be right back.
Welcome again to the kitchen this morning on Wake Up Nigeria. I have no idea what Mike is doing, but Chef Media, I'm sure, is pretty much in control this morning.
Because I have a question.
Chicken Alfredo pasta.
I have a question, yeah? What is milk doing in cooked food or something?
Goodness.
What is milk?
What are you talking about?
Doing?
Cooking cream, bro.
Yes?
Cooking cream.
Cooking, like the cream contains milk, right? Okay, what makes the cream? What are what? Milk and
so
what?
there are
What makes the
actually
cream?
two ways. I know you can just use heavy cream, but Chef Mide has homemade cooking cream. So run us through how you put this together.
So what I did was that I used milk.
Okay.
Butter.
Okay.
I first fried my butter, then add the cream to it. Then I added a little bit of corn flour.
Okay.
To give it the slurry. The thickness that I want.
Butter, I can understand a little bit. Milk, still.
So you fry the butter, add the milk,
yes,
and then you use a bit of corn flour as a thickening agent.
Yes.
So just out of curiosity, the butter and the cream, for how long will it have to cook before you add everything else?
Maybe just about 3 minutes.
Oh, not too long.
Not too long.
Okay.
You can see it's already thick.
Okay, so what kind of milk? Is it evaporated milk? Is it
I use the
regular?
Normal milk.
Powdered milk?
No, liquid milk.
Liquid, okay, so regular liquid milk.
Yes.
So that's evaporated milk. So
yes.
You just put it in the butter, and then of course
add a little bit of corn flour.
Yeah, and then you get your homemade heavy cream. That's cooking.
But Chef, the problem is this. I can count only 252.
How did you count it?
This thing, I mean, Mary alone. With like 150.
No.
So let's just assume that
it's not enough.
Let's assume that today is dedicated to Mary. Mary Pasta Day.
If I
so we have to be in queue.
I know how to shock her. I will shock all of them.
We know you don't eat pasta.
Who said I don't eat pasta?
You don't like this kind of pasta.
But you know you don't like pasta.
I know someone that likes.
Who do you know that likes?
I see me. Okay, so this is it. Yeah.
My goodness, chicken Alfredo.
Then can you feel the smell?
Oh my!
Even people watching at home can even.
For those just tuning in, how did you put together the chicken?
Okay, the chicken.
Yes, because the taste was amazing.
You know, what I always do is that I give my chicken some time before using them. I marinate them very well.
Okay.
And of course,
what do you marinate them in?
My almighty midday special chicken seasoning.
Oh, wow. So this is all you use?
Yes.
You don't add anything else?
No, with salt.
Wow. This is really good because it tasted amazing. For how long do you marinate it?
Like 30 minutes.
Just 30 minutes?
Yes.
Not overnight?
Not overnight. I just did it while I got here.
I can't describe how tasty the chicken is. So I'm really impressed by this. I am.
Thank you.
Okay,
you know,
so it looks like
I actually,
I
have about 25 different spices that I create myself because I want the taste of my food to be original.
Yeah, my favorite is your soya spice.
Don't worry.
Amazing.
Next time, I'll bring for you.
It's amazing. Okay, so we're going to sprinkle that when we serve,
right?
Yeah,
the parsley,
The parsley, yes. So that's going to be what we use.
So now, the food are finished now?
It's finished because she already said it's Mary's day, pasta day. So the guests will have some and then Mary will have the rest.
Maybe we have the
You've
rest.
counted it now, 150
it's your
for
day.
me.
It's your day. Why do you even bother about the guests? Why even bother about guests? You take it all.
Oh my goodness, this looks yummy. I can't wait to dig in.
Okay, well, we'll get to see.
Do you want to?
It's basically about the end.
Don't worry. Since it's mine, you know, what is good, you don't rush to take it. You don't. We'll wait.
We'll take a time out now. Stay with us. There's still quite a lot more to come.
That thing is hot, though.
We'll see.
Don't drop the pot.
He cannot even eat it.
You're watching Wake Up Nigeria. I'll be back. This guy, he will hurt himself. I'm not going to say sorry.
He can't even eat it.
I mean, something he doesn't even like.
Satisfy your cravings, yeah? Stay tuned. TVC Entertainment for pure entertainment. Now you can catch up with your favorite programs on TVC. Log on to www.youtube.com/TVC Entertainment. Join the fun.
Get ready to step into the heartbeat of your city like never before. Welcome to Events Diary, where every moment is a celebration. From the electric energy of Owambe extravaganza, to the richness of our culture, to the sophistication of corporate gatherings, Events Diary is your VIP pass to the hottest gatherings in Nigeria. And guess what? I'll be your guide, your style icon. Each week, join me as I transform from traditional chic to corporate sleek. Whether it's a birthday bash or a high-profile gala, you won't just see it. You'll feel like you're right there with me. Aww. From meetings to evening soirees, I'll be there. Or to the trendiest street festivals or to music concerts.
Akiwande Oluwole Soyinka was born on 13th July 1934 in Abeokuta, Nigeria, to parents Samuel.
Good morning and thank you for staying with us. We're wrapping up our discussion on financial markets and tech this morning on the show. And of course, Tosan has been our honorable guest over the past few weeks. It's great to have you, Tosan. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, Mike. It's always nice to be here.
All right, good. So I remember that the last thing we dropped off on was the emotional part, the negative parts of the emotional side when it comes to trading, and then why the bots have some sort of advantage there. But today we're mentioning, we're going to wrap up, and then we're talking about the positive sides of emotion, human emotion, right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so go ahead.
Okay.
So what are those pros when it comes to human emotion that can can help us when it comes to trading?
Okay, so here's the truth. You're not actually going to see so much Last week we established that AI would not prevent trade. It doesn't FOMO. And by the way, FOMO means fear of missing out. So those negative emotional, okay?
Okay, I know. I mean, I want to say that term. I see that. I hear that term a lot, and people don't understand. But you just explain for us.
Okay, it's a fear of missing out. Once the market starts going and pumping, you just say, "Oh my God, why didn't I buy at this particular time?" And you just end up jumping in at the wrong price. The moment you jump in, it's as if the market is actually observing some people. The market just starts going down. So that's why some people say there are some market makers watching me, that the moment I enter is when the market goes down. So the market is actually created in a way to only reward a few that know what they are doing. So those negative emotional responses people have after market events is what makes them generally unprofitable as traders. AI doesn't have those. We established that last week. But yeah, we have the negative parts as well, and we have the positive parts too. So let's look at just probably one positive area. Okay. So humans can actually react to real-time unexpected news breaks. For example, let's take the Indian and Pakistan conflict, that happened recently. So once you hear that kind of thing, and you heard that the US was actually brokering peace, what do you think that's going to do to the stock prices? What do you think that's going to do to NASDAQ? What do you think the effect is going to be on gold? So at that point now, as a human being, once you hear that, you know that, okay, yes, it's time for me to start buying dollar assets. So at that point, if you had a robot that was actually trading for you, it's not going to consider all those things. News breaks, breaking news, it has no business. It's just going to go according to the program that you have actually set it to work on. But you as a human being, you've been able to stack up the right assets, and what happens? You did not miss out on a life-changing pump, because those things, those market movements, can actually change a lot of people's lives. Okay. I don't know if you would like me to give a more personal example.
Yes, very fast, as fast as you can. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Remember, I told you my team and I were designing something.
Exactly. I wanted to wrap up with that, but go ahead. You can tell us now. You can tell us now.
Okay, so here's what happened. It was performing excellently, when we put it out in the market for testing, because data is very, very important when it comes to bot trading. If it does well this week, it just might not perform well next week. So you have to have a period of time, data for maybe like 2 months, 3 months, thereabout, to be able to say, okay, yes, this system, this my edge actually works in the market. So we went ahead, we funded the account to run a 3-month test. And after 10 days, this bot actually did 120%. We were so excited. We did some withdrawals. We said, well, we have actually made it. But I woke up one morning and I traded London session and the New York session. And I saw one of my setups there. I was just about to take the trade. I now noticed that my stop loss is your risk level. Usually the distance between the order block and the stop loss, traders will understand what I'm saying. I realized that normally it's usually about 15 to 20 pips or ticks, depending on whether you trade futures or Forex. I discovered it was about 20. It was usually 15 to 20. Then all of a sudden, I saw that this thing was actually like 70. I just knew something was not right in the market. The volume has increased. Okay. So immediately I called an emergency Zoom meeting. I went to check on the bot. This bot had already gone 50% in drawdown. Why? Because it could not handle that expansion in the market. In real time. So it just kept buying it like this. Exactly. This is just business as usual. So normally within 2 minutes, it would probably take like 2 trades. But this time, because of the expansion in the market, it had already done like 20 trades at once. Yeah. So we had to bring it down and make some adjustments. That's the most important thing about testing.
All right, wonderful. Now, let's wrap up with this. Now, you have this is still going through beta testing. You have this coming out in a bit, and you also promised to grace us with your presence when that particular bot is done. So just tell us about it. How do people get in touch with, how can they get to use that particular bot when it's ready? How do they use it to trade?
Okay, I said something, was it 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago? I said, most times once you have something that is really great in the market, you will not be looking at getting too many people involved. And that's another way to know programs that are good and programs that are not good. Programs that are really great, it's usually hard to find. You know, but trust me, you'll be the first to know as soon as it's
so it can be automated. Can I? You know, we
yes.
started this talking about scams and all of that. That means that do you offer a service where I can just invest and say, okay, hey, I have 10 naira, take it and put it in this box. Maybe at the end of 6 months, give me 1 million on my 10 naira. That happens, right?
Okay, there are lots of people that actually do that, but I won't do that except I go and get registered with the SEC.
Okay.
You understand? So once I get that done, I can now say, okay, yes, I want to manage people's portfolio for them. You know, when you see people making a lot of money, if you're making $1,000 a day and all, why do you have to stress people? Say, come and join, come and buy. You know, why don't you just keep on making it?
Exactly. So that brings the question that those that fight, you see them running ads asking for people to come. That means there's something about it. If they are so insistent on making people join them, if they're making so much money, why should they be so insistent on making people join them? Let's wrap up with that.
Okay, actually 2 things. You know, first off, there's really nothing like too much money. You know, because when you make it to a certain level, you feel like I really need to scale. I need to make more. Now, there are 2 sets of people.
Okay.
One set actually don't know what they are doing. They are just making money here and there, and they just feel like it's not enough. I have to become an influencer. Now, there's a lot of money in influencing. If I open a YouTube page now and start giving out my knowledge for free, you know, I'll get lots of views. I get paid by YouTube. You know, if you have something that is working, most people actually keep it to themselves. You know, but if you have a good heart like I do, you know, just like my community, you know, once this is done, I'll give it out to my community as well. You know, so that they too can test it and benefit from this. But I will not do that except I'm pretty 100% sure, you know, that this actually works. See the weaknesses, see the strengths of the AI, and with that say, okay, yes, this is actually ready for the market. And who knows if it's really good, maybe like ICT at all, I can just throw it out there and say everybody should actually be a part of it. You know, but for now, if you actually want a bot, it's either you learn to code or you get yourself a programmer. Now, the most important language, the most common language for coding, that's coding trading bots, is either Python, but the most common one people use is called MQL5.
Okay.
You know, that's from the MetaCodes company. So if you cannot do that, all you just need to do is get on that platform and buy one. But I must say this, you know, just like you have really smart human beings, you know, there are some traders that once you just see them, they just come to the chart, they look at it and say, this is where the market is going to. You understand? And this is where you should enter. Now, many people know where the market is going to. Most people don't know where to enter. Now, there are some people that are that smart, while some other people are just average. You know, they have the knowledge of the market, do this, do that. Then we have people that are basic as well. So in that same light, we also have bots with high capability, and we also have average bots and basic bots. Whichever you actually get, you know, it's kind of hard to find a bot that performs beyond the average.
All right.
You know, but once you have experience, you will know which one to go for.
All right. Thank you very much. It's been quite an exposition when it comes to trading markets with you across the weeks, and they're looking forward to when that bot is designed to have you test run it when you're here live in the studio. Thank you very much, Tosan. It's been a pleasure.
Yes, the pleasure is all mine. Can I just say this last word, you know, so people don't get things mixed up?
Okay, very fast. Just let's wrap up.
Oh, okay. All right. So for now, no matter the bot you decide on, you have to test it on a demo account first. You know its weaknesses and you know its strength to help it do better for you. You know, so I'll just leave you with 3 words: stay financially disciplined.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. All right. That's it on our tech discussion this morning. Let's head over. It's time to celebrate you and your special ones on their birthdays. It's birthday shout out coming right up.
Yes, it is. And of course, we start off with Mrs. Mary Akborio. The 14th of May is your birthday. And this is from Mommy Adenike and Adiola.
You prayed for this year, you will have all that you wish for this year, you go get everything and more. Hey, everything and more.
Happy birthday, Sheun Awodani John. The 14th of May is your birthday, and Sheun Adewale is sending this shout out.
All that you wish for this year, you go get everything and more. Hey, everything and more.
Ebonlua Christiana Owade, the 20th of May is your birthday. This is from your daddy and mommy. Happy birthday, darling.
And I wish you very well. This year you will have all that you prayed for. This year you will have all that you wish for. This year you go get everything and more. Hey, everything and more.
Happy birthday, Phaedra. The 14th of May is your birthday, and this is from Blessing. Happy birthday, Mr. Makinde. The 16th of May is your birthday. Your wife, Ramota Makinde, celebrates you.
This day is your day. I wish you all the best. This day is your day, and I wish you very well. This year you will have all that you prayed for. This year you will have all that you wish for. This year you go get.
Happy birthday, Michael Temidayo Dusa. The 19th of May is your birthday. Your wife and daughter are sending this shout out. Happy birthday, Ogenemairo Olori. The 19th of May is your birthday. And Israel Aloye at the Visionaire Leadership Academy are sending this shout outs.
And I wish you very well. This year you will have all that you prayed for. This year you will have all that you wish for. This year you go get everything and more.
We are still celebrating you and your loved ones. Olabiton, Joshua Folayemi, the 21st of May is your birthday, and you are celebrating yourself. And that's it on birthday shout outs for now. The show continues shortly. We have Jay Blaze coming up next.
Hey, my people, I greet you plenty. My name na Chika Okeke.
My name na Uwi Balogun.
My name na Damilola Banire. My name na Moyo Faraway Ahmed. If you also call me Moyo, listen. And this na Abigail.
And I dare on top your view pigeon.
I'm going to bring you bass, boost. I don't get person will be single mother before. He carry another man show, say, now my husband be this.
Now what you want?
After that day, the man
you don't go see him again.
If you snooze, you lose. If you miss this show, you miss out. On top this our show, I not dey gree for anybody.
When they find the husband, you not see sign say the guy smart, you don't vex, don't give signs.
If they look for person wey go give am to you, fact as it be.
Men no dey ever get fault. If baby not there for her, na the woman.
Talk no dey be person yo, make person no fit talk true inside.
But for this country, we not say if we open court in the morning, waiting no good, no good.
Me and my sisters, hey, we go tanda gidigba for inside studio to give una all the latest information.
But look, we not even take responsibility for the children. Please the man.
And that's some warrior.
Muhammad Ali was born and raised in Louisville, Kentucky on January 17, 1942. His birth name was Cassius Marcellus Clay Jr. He began training as an amateur boxer at age 12, and at 18 he won a gold medal in the light heavyweight division at the 1960 Summer Olympics and turned professional later that year. In his early years as a professional, Clay was more highly regarded for his charm and personality than for his ring skills. He sought to raise public interest in his fights by reading childlike poetry and spouting self-descriptive phrases like float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. On February 25, 1964, at age 22, he pulled off a major upset, defeating Sonny Liston to win the World Heavyweight Championship. That same year, he shocked the boxing establishment again by denouncing his birth name as a slave name and formally took the name Muhammad Ali, which was given to him by his spiritual mentor Elijah Muhammad, leader of the Nation of Islam. For the next 3 years, Ali dominated the boxing arena. Muhammad Ali retired from boxing in 1981 and focused on his religion, philanthropy, and activism. In 1984, he made public his diagnosis of Parkinson's syndrome, which some reports attributed to boxing-related injuries, though he and his specialist physicians disputed this. He remained an active public figure globally, but in his later years made fewer public appearances as his condition worsened and he was cared for by his family. Ali was chosen to light the Olympic flame at the start of the 1996 Olympic Games in Atlanta, Georgia. He died on June 3, 2016.
It's time for our final conversation today, and for that we have Jide J. Blaze Oyegbile, a versatile Nigerian talent balancing a career as a medical doctor with his passion for acting and filmmaking. It's such a pleasure to have you in the studio with us.
Thank you.
So I tend to do that Onye because a lot of Igbo people usually have that. So I'm so used to pronouncing it that way, so apologies for that.
Well understood.
But then, there's in fact, this is not an elephant. This is a huge elephant in the room. Yeah, so this is the award you won at the AMVCA just last weekend for Brukasi, right?
For Brukasi.
Brukasi,
Yeah.
okay. What is Brukasi about? I know it's a short film, but what is it about?
It is a short film that stands as a proof of concept. It's about a world that doesn't exist that I created.
You created it?
Yes.
Interesting. So you created it with the language, the people?
Yeah, so there's like the language, the culture, the people, their styling, the food they eat, every single thing. Created it from scratch. And it's entirely different.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's fantasy.
What does Brukasi mean?
Brukasi means bracket.
Bracket?
Yes.
Okay.
In their language.
Oh.
Right. They speak Bazio.
Bazio. Okay.
Yes, they speak Bazio.
Okay.
And it was set in a country called Benzema.
Benzema.
Yes.
Did Benzema have an influence?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But yeah, so it's about a family that, they're looking for a child and they got modeled up in some form of infidelity. And it created a form of brackets between two families. So it's literally brackets because of the situation that the families find themselves in. So it's quite relatable with, real life, but it's just not in the world that exists. It's in a different dimension. That's it.
So what inspired this story?
I'd always thought about creating a world where I am going to be God of the world, meaning whatever I say passes, and trying to let people see how relatable what we're experiencing here could be like in every single, spheres in life. Could be any other object, could be any other kind of, animal set. And yeah, I created, Brukasi. I did that, created the story, created the culture, and ended up filling up the missing piece, which was, creating the language for that country. Because again, even though they speak English, the accent is also different. It's not the way we speak. And to make it complete, I needed to, create their own language, create their own song. The song on the film, for example, is all done in their language also.
Wow.
You get, I worked on a couple of projects that kind of, opened my mind to make it see that things like this were possible. Working with people like Kemi Adetiba, who is, pretty much one of my mentors. Working on a big scale just opened my mind to seeing how possible creating such a world can be, even though I had that idea all along, and I started creating the story. Then subsequently working on our husband's project, Oscar Manaka, that the trailer came out and was literally disturbing everywhere, titled Find a Messiah. That's the first film that I think in Nigeria has been made with a language that doesn't exist also, because he created the language for the same film. And then working on that project just opened my mind to seeing that, all of this is very possible.
I'm very curious about something. How did you work on the language? Because, of course, you are Yoruba. You have Yoruba. There's English as well that you speak.
Yes.
Are there any other languages you speak?
Maybe Pidgin.
Pidgin.
Pidgin is
so how were you able to create this language?
You see, when you're a creative, you kind of become insane, kind of. And I sit down, and the words literally come to me. They jump to me based on how it sounds. Most of the language in Benzema, Taito Banzio, they're kind of similar to how, or relatable to a couple of words that we use in either Yoruba or English.
So it has influences of both Yoruba and English.
Like you feel like, if you listen and you actually pay attention to like the words, you kind of feel like, okay, I can get this one. For example, baby is babina. Somehow. So if you think of baby, you think of babina. It kind of seems relatable. So while I was working with the talent, and we're trying to, because I had to teach them the accent, I had to teach them the language, how things are pronounced, because even when you're speaking in English, you don't just talk like that. You gotta actually sound like it's all from the same place. Do you get? So by the time they started looking at the words one by one, it felt like they could relate with it because it's not too far off from the regular ones that we speak.
Can you speak the language?
I mean, bits and pieces. We're still constructing
Bits and pieces. So let's imagine that you want to talk about going to, winning the AMVC. Let's hear you speak it.
Winning the AMVCA. So that's going to be a lot of construct. AMVCA. Wuna.
Wuna.
Wuna me.
Wuna me.
Aligayo, meaning AMVCA. I won, and I love it, basically.
Aligaye is I love it.
Yeah, so aligaye can be used as I love it, I love you. There's a lot of aligaye that we use, and then there's tunkuyu, meaning thank you.
Tunkuyu.
Yeah.
I think this is really interesting. But the wuna, yeah, I can see what you mean now about the English, because wuna sounds like win.
It sounds like win.
And then me. So it kind of feels like there's even a bit of French there, because in French, that's how you speak the words like that. Wuna me, like, this is interesting. I can imagine the work that went into it.
It's crazy because even while trying to film, look, everybody had to commit themselves. We did a lot of rehearsals, trying to make sure that everybody's got it right. Because if one person doesn't sound like how you're supposed to sound in the film, then it takes you away from that particular world that we've created. Everybody needed to sound like that.
And people ad-lib as well. Was that allowed for the film?
So the ad-lib probably, it comes more with the English part of it. Do you understand? But even if you're going to do that, you have to do that in the accent. You can't just speak, English just like that. You have to make it sound like that. And then we were really careful with ad-libbing because this is a world that you're also new to as an actor. You don't want to create a construct that does not exist, because if it's not working, I'm going to tell you it's not working on the spot. Apart from the fact that I was directing and I was playing lead, meaning I was in almost all scenes. So even if it's going wrong, I'm like, nah, that's not it.
This is not working.
I'm gonna do it again. I have to do it again.
Wow.
It felt like it was frustrating at the point because it's not easy to remember the words. Now your job is to remember the language. It's also to remember how you speak it, and then also become the character. Meaning you gotta act right. So for you to be able to speak the language, trust me, 100%, it means that you're already the character.
Wow.
You can't. It's not something that you can just go out of character and come back and
so
say.
So the talents were paid through the producers' nurses, right? Because that's a lot.
A lot of them, the talents. I'm so glad that I work with my friends, and they didn't make it so difficult for me. They understood the dream. You know, I worked with Charles Bond. Charles Bond knew about the story right from the beginning. Worked with Martha Inome. Folustom is fantastic. I kept Folustom on the last day. We filmed till around maybe 5 a.m., 6 a.m. and she was going to work that day again. But you see, the doggedness is also because they also understood the dream and they bought into the reality of the story. And that was a win for me, you know. I absolutely loved everything about it.
Your talk about doing, you know, your friend going to work reminds me of the fact that you're also a medical doctor. How do you juggle this? Practicing medical doctor. And you're doing Woname. Wow.
Right now, it's a lot more of private consultation. I'm lucky that my dad also, you know, owns a hospital, and you know, sometimes I just go there and then work with him, and it gives him joy. Every parent's always excited that, oh, their kid is doing what you know they also did, and so I juggle that. But I do a lot of film now. Film has engulfed majority of my time, to be honest, because it's me acting, directing, producing, screenwriting. There's always something I'm doing with film, and yeah, the higher you go, the more you know, busy you get.
You know, this is really exciting, having a medical doctor who is also so versed in arts. So this is also proof to you that you can be anything you want to be. Nothing can limit you. Practicing medical doctor and yet a successful actor and a producer and writer, and so many hats that you wear. So at this point, when you go to a hospital and you're being attended to by Dr. Oyegbile, you won't go, especially if you went for your heart, if you know what I mean. But then,
that kind of happened before. It's happened before where the patient came and she was really ill, and immediately she was like, oh, what? I'm like, yeah. And then the husband was like, I thought you were sick. And she got better almost immediately, and it was quite exciting. You know?
We have breakfast for you.
Okay.
Do you like pasta?
Yeah, I think so.
You think?
Yeah, I think
You're
so.
going to love this one. It's chicken Alfredo pasta. Let's go to the kitchen.
All right, fantastic.
All right, let's head there. And we're not leaving this behind, though. This is something of pride. Please.
All right, let's go with it.
Hey, I touched an AMVC award. Woohoo!
I would like to dedicate this award to my mommy.
Your mommy?
My daddy.
My uncles, my aunts.
And ancestry on whose shoulders I have, you know.
Yes, I'm that friend that followed you to the stage.
Yeah, thank you. And you're not crying.
No.
Are you crying?
Welcome to the kitchen, Jay Blaze.
Thank you.
This is Chef Mide, and this morning
the
she's made for
famous
you.
chef.
The famous Chef Mide with chicken Alfredo pasta.
Yes.
Peppered one.
There's a lot of black pepper in there, so enjoy, dig in. And so we have chicken chunks in there.
I think that's what I would look for first, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Start with something I'm very familiar
You're about
with.
to scream.
You don't like pasta, I can tell.
No, I'm indifferent actually. As long as you get a lot of pepper, then I'm fine.
The chicken, eh?
Okay.
The chicken actually.
The
nice.
hype is worth it.
It is. It's just awkward that you all are looking at my mouth.
Yeah, because we are waiting for you to give us your review.
Okay. I can do with this. Yeah.
You like it, right?
Great.
Well done, Chef
Well done.
Mijay.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And to all our guests for being
Well
on the show today, thank you so very much. And we have Afolabi, who's waiting, standing by to, give us his second rendition. Are you ready, Afolabi?
Yeah, I am.
All right, let's take it away.
Okay.
Chile. Money no dey buy happiness. Sakwa dey find laziness. Make money, mind your own business. You can never have it all, so worryless. We never had the best of things, but we made the best of things. Out of nothing, it done something. It's on God, it's on no person. Rain they fall, sun they shine. Me, I dey live my life all the time. Waiting to be my own, not to pass me by. A small thing where they make me smile. My face show, my shoes shine. I like woman, I no feel like. You see money, it go fit me die. There's only one life, money no fit buy. Money no fit buy. One life, money no fit buy. You go fit me die. You see money, it go fit me die. To be a man is not a day's job. No be smart thing to enter Forbes. The people with the deal, they know they make noise. Money talk, you don't go hear voice. Homo yani ya show, but me dada. If you go ni moto, I want that to come me dada. Osho free di kuni for nada. Oh, one leg to pass my for me dada. Baby girl, what's your name? You the carry body and the thing they bust my brain. You the fine man, we go pop champagne, chop chicken and chips, you go chop plantain. Island straight, like battery MB. I'm go shaka, your pocket is feeling heavy. Heavy leg, but you borrow. No change the leg, but no change borrow. Now say this to your dad. Them say, woman no they give happiness. Now I man try highness. Make money, mind your own business. You can never have it all, so worryless. We never had the best of things, but we made the best of things. Out of nothing, it done something. It's on God, I will not stress. When they fall, sun they shine. Me, I dey live my life all the time. Waiting to be my own, not to pass me by. A small thing where they make me smile. My face show, my shoes shine. I like woman, I no feel like. You see money, it go fit me die. There's only one life, money no fit buy. Money no fit buy. One life, money no fit buy. It go fit me die. You see money, it go fit me die. Body they make woman fine, yeah. Now money they make man fine. Oh, le ra cruise, she back on the life. Oh, le she back on the wife. You know the cause craziness, but make it not go lose confidence. Out of nothing, we done something. It's on God, let you no stressing. No stressing. God bless you. More flexing, no vexing.